Hi, my name is Gregg, and I'm the author of this beautiful little book, Find Your Flow, which one reviewer describes as a true prescription to happiness and another as simple yet profoundly practical. And I'm so happy to be back here with you on day 3 in the series of Find Your Flow in 5. Where in 5 days, over 5 videos, each lasting in and around 5 minutes, we've been learning how to practice the world's first journal system for flow. This daily ritual can really help you release what you can't control, focus on what you can, so you can find your flow and bring a greater sense of happiness, purpose, and ease into everyday life, all by investing just a few minutes each day to journal. Now, of course, if you want to know all the science and psychology and tips and tricks behind the system, then you can head on over to findyourflowthebook.com, where you can purchase a copy of this gorgeous little book. There's a list of online retailers there, and you can also check out and read all the reviews. But for now, let's dive in to the third video in this series, where today we're going to learn how to practice the second part of the journal system for flow, forward focus. Now, if you watch the first one, then you'll know morning grateful flow is really where we cultivated those feel-good emotions to start our day. We got that increased sense of clarity, and forward focus is going to stack on top of this. It's going to use and capitalize on that increased clarity and that feel-good factor to set some goals and intentions for the day ahead. But first, let's just take a moment just to clarify some expectations here, because the internet and social media right now are awash with very well-intentioned posts about how we can be more productive and make the most out of all this extra time we have in our hands. But forward focus and this process is not about adding pressure or optimizing your output as a human being in order to prove your worth in the world. You are worthy and enough, whether you paint a masterpiece or not. Forward focus, rather, is your sacred space to create a day and set goals and priorities that are in line with what feels right for you, given your own current circumstances. It's going to help you live with intention and design a day to make sure that your time is well spent. And this is how it works. So unlike other productivity planners or systems, forward focus is structured in a way that helps us balance what we need to do. So things like pay our bills or go shopping, with activities that nourish us, things that we want to do or add flow to our lives. So that could be learning a musical instrument, or playing your favorite board game, or taking those small steps towards that larger goal so that you can experience that sense of unified flow. Now, the things that we need to do are called high value priorities, and you're going to set 3 of these. And the things that you want to do, or areas where you find flow, are called high flow priorities. And again, you're going to set 3 of these. And high value priorities and high flow priorities provide a structure that enables us to take those small micro steps each day towards what matters most, so that we can enjoy the present and prepare for the future. And it's through this structure that happiness is actively integrated into everyday life. It's no longer put on hold or delayed. And as you continue to use this practice, you'll begin to kind of notice and realize that life is just a joy to live, not for any potential reward you will receive further on down the line, but living and existing becomes its own justification, its own reward. So taking your journal, just write down 3 high value priorities, things that you must do, and then 3 high flow priorities, things that you want to do or areas where you experience flow. If you kind of are struggling to prioritize, you can check out some of the notes, and there's a few questions to kind of help you guide your way through this. Finally, then, you're just going to write out your schedule for the day. Really simply, like 7 to 8, 8 to 9, and then pop in when you'll complete those priorities. And that's it. Now, the final top tip before I go and kind of leave you is just to think about the level of challenge, because that's really important for flow. So when you're setting those priorities, don't set them, don't be so ambitious that it's going to cause you real anxiety, because that's going to be hard to focus. Equally, don't make it so easy that you're going to be bored and unmotivated and distracted. Rather, try and hit that nice little kind of sweet spot where it's just right, that Goldilocks zone. The challenge is still kind of going to be achievable, but it's going to challenge you and stretch your skills. Now, I can't wait for you to, learn the final part of the morning routine for flow tomorrow. It's called Total Flow. It's really interesting. It's here that you're going to learn how to train your attention using a technique that's been adapted from imagery scripting. That's a technique that's used by elite athletes to train their attention. So join me here tomorrow. Remember, kind of share this video series on social media, use the hashtag Journal for Flow, and follow me also on Instagram at The Power to Reinvent. And I'll see you here tomorrow.